Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas, the girls, they going harder than
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Poofy Man back again with another motherfucking episode of the Poofy Man podcast. Say, listen, I got into a fist fight with my brother-in-law at a nice place in Frisco last night over AI, and I want to talk a little bit in private about AI without being contested in a way that is legitimate and frustrating, because it's equally a point that could be made. I don't like really debating in it with anyone that knows how to debate. It bothers me a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo myself and just make my point and then pretend like I won. So anyways, the point being, AI is not as scary as people are leading it out to be. You have three guys essentially that are leading the charge, you know, the CEOs of the Cyberdyne Skynet network, right? You got Sam Altman, you know, with OpenAI. You got Jensen Huang with NVIDIA. And then you got the new CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. Look, I'm from Dallas, so I don't really know. I'm just saying, I don't really know how to do that one. But anyways, my point is, these are the three guys that are the loudest proponents and advocates of AI's capabilities moving forward. They have been in the past, and they have been lately, and they will be in the future. They also seem to be the three most ardent advocates of pushing it as being this game changer in our existence on this earth, you know. And that's cool. You can take their word for it. Just always remember that those are the same three guys that stand to benefit the most from AI's success. They're the three largest stakeholders in AI corporations that are in IPOs. So I don't know, you know, it seems like a conflict of interest. You might not want to take their word at full fucking value, at face value. As you shouldn't with anything. If you follow the money, it will tell you the tale. But anyways, and then it's just it's a rollout. It's a promo circus. So let's just set that aside and let's look at the actual facts on the ground. So far, and let's not kid ourselves, AI is already here. It's already here. Guys, we're in it right now. How much has your life changed other than the fact that you have a monster Google machine? Boom, Google. Wow. It's an impressive leap from what Google offered. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing AI. I think it's a really useful tool. That's not really the point. The point is that it's just simply a useful tool. And by tool, I mean it requires someone to operate it. It's not a standalone spirit flying around like a ghoul in the night that, comes, slides out from under your bed, when you lays on top of you and fucking, it's not a sleep demon or something. It's not crawling around on your floor like a goddamn horror movie. It's not an entity in and of itself. It requires participation from a human input. That's how it works. For instance, if you want to make, some of the cool art directive third-party sites, I was kind of hesitant at first, but then I kind of was like, listen, we got to do this regardless. I've got to jump into this and, understand it in order to just simply survive out here. And so I got on it with this kind of hesitant, sort of reluctant nervousness or something, because I was really thinking what I was going to be doing is looking into my past as if I was already dead or something. And the truth is, it was quite the opposite. I was like, wow, this is really useful. I mean, it cross-references, you put in 3 prompts and it scours the internet at quantum level speed. Very impressive in its own right. But that's simply all it's doing. It's just searching for pre-existing information that we have already if you're an intellectual, you might already be aware of. It's not new stuff. And then it's presenting you the old stuff, right? It's already arcane information. How AI developers create language models is they literally take physical books. They buy up a bunch of books. They buy out a library. And they go and they have a big Xerox machine and they just Xerox. Okay? Xerox. Wow, how cosmopolitan. Xerox. Okay, they Xerox every page and then they upload it to the motherboard of the codex that they're using, and the coders continue to move forward, and now it just has access to, new human language model or phrases and colloquial terms for things and history of things, and it just kind of like catalogs and collates all that information from every book and every page it consumes. And then it just, kind of collates it or catalogs it back here, and, it uses it for referencing. And that's really cool. I think we should have been doing this a long time ago. The truth is we have. It was called Google. It's just a stronger Google. It's just a badass Google. It's a really badass motherfucking Google. That's what it is. And I'll give them props for that. It does help with research and background information for things. But remember that it's only giving you information that has already been known. It's arcane. It's past stuff. It's not printing its way and paving its way forcefully into the future. You cannot follow AI into the future. It's not that. It's just recording the past and making it relevant and easily accessible to anyone who is forging a new way forward. Okay? Like Henry Ford, and we got into this conversation in a little bit about, like, he made a good point, fucking Will, shout out Will Dugas, whatever. He made a good point. He was saying, like, I happen to probably be looking at it through the lens of the vocation I work in, which is the arts, the creative arts. It's like, no, that's true, except that everything that matters is part of the creative arts. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I mean that in a real facts on the ground kind of categorical way. So it's not just Matisse and Picasso and Beethoven and Mozart and Gauguin artists. It's not just artists. It's not people that produce pieces of subjective art. I'm talking about visionaries. Tesla, Henry Ford, all of these people, they have a vision for the future, and then they bring their ideas into reality in a tangible, marketable way. They're artists in their own right. AI is not going to create the next breakthrough that's going to get you from Paris to Johannesburg faster. It's not going to set us off into the next space age. We're not gonna make a civilization on Mars work or something just because AI was like, hey, I got a great idea. It doesn't work like that. Some people believe that it does, and they don't have a fundamental understanding of that, which is the next problem. The human intellect is so depressed at the moment that, like, we don't have the ability to optimize the full utility of AI. It's above everybody's heads. We've made doper, fucking really funny, but the best thing we've done with it so far, in its full swing, is make better memes. Jesus Christ, I'll probably do a second one on this because it fires me up so goddamn much. Anyways, drop your comments. If you haven't subscribed, do that. This is the Poofy Man podcast. Yeah, man. Every subscription helps us very much, with making these happen and to make them bigger and better. So please do that if you like the content. Anyways, this is Poofy Man signing off to the next episode. I will see you then.
Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas. The girls, they going harder than